to them, but I give them the links so that when they need to reorder or if they sign somebody up, they know exactly where to get them. So our job is to empower others to be successful right away when they get their kit. So that's what I do in this first segment of signing people up. You follow up, you make sure they're successful with what they have, and then about 3 weeks later, I call them back and I say, hey, I just want to see how you're using oil. How is it working for your family? What, and then you'll have 2 answers. Oh, it's not really working. I don't like it. Or you're going to hear, I do. And 99% of the time, they love it. Okay, but you're going to have that 1% that says, I just don't know if it's working. Okay, well then sometimes I consider oils like medicine. Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. You have to kind of play around with it. So cedarwood may be great for you, and then lavender may be great for you. So you want to make sure that if something's not working how you want it to work, then you give them other suggestions to try that they just don't turn off right away. So back to this, 100 PV, 300 OGV. So as they're building their team, you want to make sure as they get to here, you tell them you're going to get a share of the company. So 100 PV, 300 OGV, 103, 103. They get 1 share. Then they're going to build to 100, 500, 100, 500 OGV. They'll get 2 shares. So now it's a total of 3 shares. And then they'll build another 2 legs at 100, 100, and 1,000, 1,000. They get 3 shares. So if you notice, it's really, the way I look at it is these really flow into these. So as you're building these, the 300s, they're going to become the 500s. And then they're going to become the 1000s. And then you're going to add more 100s and 300s. Does that make sense? Is that confusing to y'all? Raise your hand if that's confusing. I'm going to explain it again. Okay. So as, say I signed up Janie, Vicki, and Jenny, and I'm building them, and 4 months later, I sign somebody else up. Well, their OGV is probably at 500 now because it was at 1, 2, and 3. So they're building, so they're being pushed out here to becoming my 1,000 leg. And my new person I just signed up, so I'm going to be working to get to that 300. Does that make sense now? Okay. So it's not that you have to, stop at 3 and then go build 2 at 500 and then 2 at 1,000. They're just going to grow as you go. So if you notice right here, we've got 6 legs. And then you've got 300, 300, 300, 500, 500, 1,000, 1,000. That is in your 100. That's your OGV for executive. Okay? So this is building you for your platform for executive. That's why executive on the compensation plan says this is your foundation. Because this is your foundation. This is what you work from. This is how you get to where you're crown diamond. So they made it very easy to get your leg set and your team set to go all the way through. So here's your 100 PV order to hit executive. This is your overall group volume to hit silver. Is it? No. 369. Yes. So 369, that's 1,000. Y'all see that? That 100 counts. So that's 1,000. That's 1,000. And that's 4,000. Y'all see that there? So it sets your base to hit the executive. Let's see if there's any more things I want to talk about with that.
That's the most confusing thing for people to understand.
And I can explain it more in detail too as you ask questions, because some of this stuff I've studied so long that I don't really know the beginning questions that I had for it. Yes, that's a good point. I have that note. To get the right, this is what I'm going to say. With the Rising Star bonus, you have to be on ER to get the bonus. Okay, to get these shares, you have to be on ER. And your level 1s have to be on ER. Okay? There's something else I was going to say about that. I'm going to skip over the fast start bonus.
Oh, the total possible shares is 6.
Yes.
Is that what you're
yes.
saying?
Total possible, so you get 1 and then 3. They add up. It's not that you just total get 3. They all add up. They all add up. let me go ahead and address any questions you have on this before I move on.
Shares of what?
The company. So you can look on youngliving.com and say, what is the share worth this month? And then you'll get that share for that month. And it can range, what have y'all seen it, 50 to, like, have you seen it?
53 is the highest I've ever
53,
seen.
something like that. But, oh, I know what I was gonna say. When I first started, I was taught to just try to get silver, so I only built 2 legs. That's why I'm still at silver. Don't do what I did at first. I built 2 legs and stacked everybody, so all my leaders are in 2 legs. So then I had to restructure out. Even though you get to money faster that way, I like this better because it takes longer to rank up. So we started learning this structure when Jamie signed up, about the exact same time. So Jamie was really great at structuring her business like this. And as you can see, it goes faster. Because if you have 10 leaders, you're not putting all your 10 leaders right here in these 2 legs and hitting silver really quick, but yet, and you have all this OGV that could get you to Royal Crown Diamond, but then you don't have anything out here. So you still have the volume, you're still getting a great paycheck, but it's going to take me, because I have all my volume here, longer because I'm trying to build these 3 legs right now. So we didn't know this when we started. We just kind of all threw them in to 2 legs. Did anybody else do that when they first started? Yeah, we kind of threw them all into 2 legs, and then I'm like, can I take this leader and move her over here, and this leader and move her over here? So, but it is what it is. But you need to make sure that you try to structure your business where if you know she's a great leader, she goes here, and this one is here. If you know she's not a leader, and she's, don't ever buy, I don't want to do the business, because I said I didn't want to do the business. Did y'all say y'all didn't want to do the business? Raise your hand if you didn't want to do the business. So don't buy that. Don't say, oh, okay, I'm going to put her down here, way down here, because she doesn't want to do the business. I look at their personality, I look at their financial status, I look at their family, I look at their following, I look at their social media, and those are some things, and I'll go over that later. And I says, okay, you don't want to do the business, that's okay, I'm going to put you right here. Because I think you are going to do the business. So, anyway, put this back over here. Do y'all have any more questions on this? Because we'll go a little bit more in depth as y'all start asking questions. One thing I did not mention is the Fast Start kit bonuses. Y'all probably know this, but when you sign somebody up, you get $25 bonus, and then you get 25% off the total PV of that order. So we always say $50. That's if they just buy a community starter kit. If they buy more and you try to, add on, say their daughter's in sports and you try to add on a pool Azul, then it's going to be more than $50. So it's 25% of the total order, and then a $25 bonus. That's the Fast Start bonus. Also, if they come to your class and you sign them up, but yet they don't place their kit order until the next month, you lose that $25 bonus. You only get 25%. That happened to me one time too, because it was like on the 30th, I had a class and I signed somebody up, and she just didn't get around to finishing or putting her credit card in, or something happened, the account was on hold. I don't remember. Something went wrong with the sign up, so she didn't sign up until like the first of the next month. Well, I lost my $25. So just remember, make sure that everything's going through. All right, this is where we stop and ask questions before I go into any silver, because I think this is where we need to stay for a little bit, because I know there's a lot of questions. I've got some cards up here where I can talk about stacking. We can talk about classes, how to get people to classes. We can talk about how to get people on the ER. I just want to kind of see the flow of where y'all are, and if we have any more questions on any of this. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
Well, I think this is a good time to bring up, a lot of people are confused about when they're signing someone up for a kit. If they want additional oils, is it better to add that on to the initial kit order, or should you wait and tell them
You don't wait.
you need to order that the next month?
Don't wait because then you might not order.